So Rob, I want to give you the pending question of, so what do you advise to someone pitching a story?
The two challenges that, I work for public radio, by the way. It's, so Oregon Public Broadcasting, most of you who live in Oregon probably know, is the NPR affiliate based in Portland. And we basically go statewide, or we go to like 80% of the population in Oregon, and we hit Southwest Washington and parts of Southeast Washington. Any kind of a story, turning it from an interesting idea and transforming it into actually a good piece of radio is, where is the sound going to be? So what's the scene? Like, how do we put people where things are happening? And whether in the case of farms to school, it would be, you know, either a cafeteria or a farm or some sort of a scene, especially, I mean, with kids or whatever. It's sort of something that is exciting to listen to, as opposed to just having a sit-down interview with somebody. It's just not, it can work, but it's not as interesting. And it can be harder to pitch, frankly, to an editor. The second thing that I run into frequently is, how do I focus it? Because 4 minutes of radio goes really fast. And that's the most time I'm probably going to get. And so it has to have a limited number of characters. It can basically deal with 1, 2, maybe 3 issues max. And it has to have a narrative line that keeps people engaged. So it's sort of, there's a lot there. There are some things that, frankly, are really, really hard to turn into good radio stories, even if they're very important issues. And then we make them not very good radio stories. We do them anyway, but, you know, sort of, we make them as short as we can, or whatever. Or we dress them up in whatever. You know. So that is sort of the frequent challenge that I have in terms of turning stuff in. And frankly, they're both constant challenges. Focus is something that, you know, if it takes me a long time to do a story, it's almost always because I didn't focus it well enough at the beginning, and then I'm left at the end with this story with all these disparate angles and things that I have to sort of, you know, narrow down into something at the end, which is not what I want to be going in. So did that answer your question?